Hey everyone, I'm Matty P, and I'm here to kick off the second season of QUSIC on Unicorns Live and interview the first four artists. I'm the host of More Keys on Unicorns Live and a QUSIC alumni myself, so I'm really excited on the hottest day of the year in BC to be interviewing some of the hottest artists in Victoria, BC. Next artist we're going to talk to is Cameron Lorenzo from Victoria, and he's going to be performing at the Friends of Dorothy Lounge on July 6th. And this QUSIC kickoff week is going to be really exciting. You can go to the show in person if you're in Victoria, and it's by donation. All proceeds are going to the Indian Residential Schools Support Society, which is an amazing thing. You can also watch from home here on Unicorns Live, and Unicorns has opened up this show for everyone to watch for free as kind of an introduction to the series and their subscription service. So, Cameron Lorenzo, he's a solo artist that makes relatable songs about life, love, and other fun stuff. He's been writing since he was 13, and the songs are only getting better with time. He performs mostly original material with a few covers and different genres scattered in for an overall amazing time. He graduated from the Canadian College of Performance Art last year, which helped solidify vocal performance and performing abilities. He recently came out as a queer enby person with a hefty dose of imposter syndrome, and he thinks it's amazing to be able to play for people who can relate to what he's saying in his songs. I can't wait to hear him on July 6th, and I would love to introduce you all to Cameron Lorenzo. Cameron, how are you doing?
Good. Hi.
It's nice to meet you in person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
this
that's
is
what
great.
most of this past year has been.
I know, we're getting kind of
Just
used
in
to it.
person. Yeah.
It's going to be kind of freaky to meet people in actual person.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how I'm gonna actually talk to people again.
Yeah, I mean, well, you got a week there, buddy. I mean, you're going to be performing this show. I'm so excited. How are you feeling about that?
I'm feeling great. I'm super excited. I've been on my guitar practicing
Nice.
away, getting the songs back up to a performable level.
That's really cool.
I'm
I've
feeling.
I spent the last couple days listening to a lot of your music actually. I've been really enjoying it, and I am blown away by your output over the past couple years, particularly in 2020. Like, I've got Cameron's Spotify up here right now with his discography, and it goes on and on and on. There's singles, there's EPs, there's full length albums, and it's pretty impressive. I have to hand it to you. Um, Tell me, do you produce most of your material from home?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Wow. So, like everything, or just mostly in the last year through the pandemic?
Um. Well, before the pandemic, I wasn't really at like a spot. Like I was at theater school, so I didn't really have the time to like actually go out and like meet producers and do studio things. So yeah,
Totally.
it's mostly just been by myself recording.
That's
Yeah.
very, very cool. And I can hear listening to the songs, like you've got guitars, pianos, drums, some like synth and production in there. Is this all you on your own, or are you working with other people virtually? How do you approach your production style?
It's all me doing different things like virtual instruments on like a MIDI controller and stuff. Um, yeah, and then just guitar and vocals. Yeah.
Amazing. So you're mostly a guitar player then?
Yeah. Mostly guitar. Um, I've played guitar for quite a long time. I've mostly just used it to accompany my voice. Yeah.
Nice. Well, yeah, there's definitely like the songs that I listen to, they all have one thing in common that's pretty cool. It's this like very genuine, very confessional kind of approach to songwriting. And it's it's very impactful listening to the songs. Like you are like pouring your heart and soul out in these songs, and it feels like I'm reading your diary a little bit sometimes when I'm listening to them. So, like, what does music do for you? Like writing music, is it a way for you to express yourself? Like, are you able to get out all these demons? Like, tell me more about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm a pretty like quiet person when I'm like talking to people in general. So um, I often don't like I don't know talk as I should to people. So yeah, I often like put it out in my songs what I'm actually feeling like truly, and it's kind of like a therapeutic thing. Like um,
Absolutely.
if I am feeling something, I'll get like a melody and I'll go to my room and kind of get the guitar and write something. And yeah, yeah.
That's cool. It is very cathartic to be able to express yourself in that way. And Cameron, I'm quite the opposite. I'm not as shy in person, but in my songwriting, I'm very like, oh, I couldn't say that. It's too personal, or So I kind of approach it from the opposite way. So when I listened to these songs, I was very very impressed. How do you have so many ideas? How do you keep putting it out? What's the last year been like for you?
Well, I mean, it's mostly just like talking about what's going on in my world, what's going on in my life. So it just kind of comes from real life of what I'm
Real life,
doing in the day
totally.
to day, most of it.
There,
So
a, a few
yeah.
pandemic anthems in there as well. I think one of my favorites was "I Know, I Know." I thought that was a really cool track, and I love the like lo-fi sound of it. It's almost got this like sad boy garage rock thing going on, and I really liked it. It reminded me of an artist named Ezra Furman. I don't know if you're familiar,
I'm not.
but look look her up. She's
I
a
will.
really incredible, like very powerful punk rock kind of
I
singer
love that.
songwriter thing. It's cool. But what are some of your influences musically?
Um, well, in terms of like the songwriting aspect, I
Hmm.
really like the music from Alec Benjamin.
Okay.
Um, yeah, he just tells like really amazing stories in his songs. Um, and that's the thing I've been trying to get better at, just being less vague and kind of making the whole story with the music.
Songs like Tears on My Chocolate Orange that are like quite literal, right?
Yeah.
Or Give Me My Sweater Back.
Yeah.
These these are
For
some
that one, I was kind of going for like a funny um,
totally the
vibe for
quirky songs.
that little EP. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, very cool,
the
very
Christmas songs
quirky,
that you
but
won't ever hear.
and
Yeah.
honest. So as far as a songwriter, that's a great influence. Music, like growing up, what were you listening to?
Um, honestly, like a lot of Eminem, a lot of the Beatles, very separate
Cool.
things over there. But yeah, like old rock music and pop
And hip
music
hop.
mostly. Yeah, like modern top 40 and like old like 70s.
Nice. It's a
Yeah.
lot of good influences coming at you. I would have like expected a little more grunge or garage rock, like based on your sound. Like it's really like I love that lo-fi crunchy guitars and like mellow vocals. It's very cool. Um, yeah. So I wanted to talk a bit about your time at the Canadian College of Performing Arts as well. So were you there studying music, theater? Like, how did
So
that look?
so the school there is it's a musical theater program, so you do dancing, acting, and singing. I came in with zero dance experience, and I came
Okay.
out with some dance experience, but still, not very
Pretty
good.
good. Well, I have no dance experience ever, so I find it very, very cool.
Yeah, so it was all the things. I feel like my singing took like leaps and bounds. Um, yeah.
Yeah, and as a self-proclaimed, shy kind of person, I've noticed in your descriptions of your music that you you're very honest that your music is evolving and you feel that it's getting better, and there's a sense of pride in that that I really like hearing from the songwriter, like, check out my songs. I love these songs and they're getting better and better. Like, what to you what do you define as better when you're looking at your catalog and how it's been evolving over the last few years?
Mostly it's listening back, like um, after, like, I don't know, a couple months or a year after I've released the songs, and I go back and I like cringe a little bit with, like, especially with especially with the first ones that I released. I
Yeah.
cringe quite a lot when I like listen to them, but I kind of know I was like considering taking them down, but I was like, that's my journey. It's
That's your
where I
journey.
was then,
Exactly.
and now I'm here. And I feel like no one's ever gonna be like at peak for like the whole time. Everyone's kind of evolving, changing all the time. So
I
yeah,
love that. I love that answer. And I think in the career of a songwriter, it's important to document that journey and have it for people to listen to. And I'm the same. There's old songs I hear that I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I was saying that. But, I'll still play these songs. And I'm always curious to ask, because you've got this show coming up at Friends of Dorothy's on July 6th,
yeah.
and you've got all these songs. How do you put together a set list when you're starting to think about this show and how you're going to approach it? Are you going to be like pulling from your entire catalog or playing mostly just the new ones? Like, what's your thought process when you're planning for a show like this?
Well, I usually like listen through the catalog, and this
Mm-hmm.
time I was listening through the catalog, and I was like, oh my, the old ones are not where they should be. So I was like, also I haven't played in it like a year since the pandemic. Like I've played all like live streams or whatever, but I haven't
Yeah.
really played. So I was like, I really feel that the quality on like um, Love Letters to the Pain, like my release in
Yeah.
last summer, I feel like those songs, like on a songwriting perspective, are like at a higher level. So I feel like I'm going to do a lot of those ones,
Okay,
um,
cool.
and a couple ones that people liked from older releases as well.
Yeah, a few older
Yeah.
ones for the fans, right? And the cool thing about a hybrid show like this, where people can go watch live and you'll be able to feed off that energy of the
Mm-hmm.
room, but it's also going to be documented. And that's really nice too. People can watch later. People in other cities are going to be able to access it.
Yeah.
So it's a really cool performance. And I think, have you been to the Friends of Dorothy Lounge before?
Yes, I actually work there as a busser.
You work there.
Yeah.
Okay, I knew that Monica worked there, but I didn't
Yeah.
realize you did too. That's cool. It's a fabulous place, and I think it's going to be
Amazing.
really magical for a show like this. So
Yeah.
I'm super excited to see what you bring to it. And what's your stage performance like? Is it you and a guitar, or do you have a few tricks up your sleeve? What can we expect?
Well, I I tried the whole looping thing like a year
Okay,
ago, but obviously I don't think it worked out for a lot of my songs. So I'm gonna do
classic.
mostly guitar and vocal, and then I might do it. I think I'm gonna do a couple songs with backtracks, like ones that work better that way.
Yeah, fair enough. Just to add
Yeah.
some variety to the mix.
Mhm.
And a couple covers in there, like anything specific, or is it going to be a surprise?
Let's leave it as a surprise.
Fair
Yeah,
enough. That sounds pretty good. Sounds really good.
mostly because I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big part of it. You're
Not
trying to
solidified
figure
yet,
out. And
so
sometimes when you get to the venue and feel the energy, you're like, "Oh, I got to make some different plans. This isn't going to work how I thought, you know?
when that
You got to
happens,
play to the room a bit too." And
yeah.
I know someone like you with so many songs to choose from. I'm sure you do. Um, so your confessional lyrics.
Mm,
Um, you're telling a bit of a story here, and like I said, it felt like I was reading your diary. So, as a artist that identifies as queer, like, how important is your identity into your music to you? Like, what do you what are you wanting to say to people with your music?
yeah. Well, a lot of the ones that are released don't really have that like queer energy because like I wasn't out yet, right? Like
Yeah,
hadn't really found myself. So I was kind of playing whatever and like not really going into that aspect
yeah,
of my journey. But I have definitely like newer songs that I've written over like the past couple months that I really do enjoy, and they feel really truly like my authentic self when I play them. So I'm gonna play some of those at the show as well. So new songs.
Can't wait. Can't wait
That's
to hear
exciting. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and yeah, I mean, like you said before, having that back catalog there, it's an important part of your journey. And, you know, wherever you go as a songwriter, it's it's nice to open up the diary and read the the early pages sometimes, right?
Yeah. And
So,
I feel like if I'm a fan of somebody, I want to be able to see that journey and that progression and kind of go with them as they progress. Like, because no one's
exactly.
going to be like perfect right away or perfect ever, really. So, yeah,
Totally.
it's nice to see that vulnerable or like, I don't know. Often I leave like a couple, messes up like when I'm recording music because like sometimes it actually makes the song sound better, sound more authentic, sound
More
yeah,
authentic, exactly.
yeah,
And yeah, that's how I found the whole album, especially Love Letters to the Pain. Just a really nice recording, some really beautiful lyrics, and some lovely songs with some
thanks.
like kick-ass like grungy edge to it that I really enjoyed. So yeah, I can't wait to hear your show. Are you going to be playing electric guitar, acoustic, or both?
Um, I haven't really decided. Probably mostly acoustic. I haven't
Okay,
really picked up an electric guitar in quite a while. Maybe I should do
fair
that.
enough. I mean, I think it would be really cool. I love both, though.
Yeah,
I love both, and it's been such a pleasure talking to you today. I
yeah, it's
think
great.
it's really cool that you've managed to put out so much stuff this year. I can't wait to hear what's next. Do you have anything in the works in terms of more music coming out, or any grander plans for the next year as we start to come out of this pandemic?
Well, I mean, I haven't really started recording anything,
Yeah,
but I have like quite a few songs that I really, really love that I want to put out. So
yeah.
probably sometime this year there'll be new music. There'll probably be a new
Awesome.
album this year.
A new album. Great. Well, I can't
Yeah.
wait to hear it. I can't wait to see your show. And once again, for everyone else, please check out Cameron Lorenzo on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you hear your tunes. He's got a lot of great stuff. I recommend starting with Love Letters to the Pain. I know is my personal favorite. What's your personal favorite of all your songs?
That's a tough question, but I
I
really do
know.
love Letters to the Pain. Like when I
Yeah.
wrote it, I was like, I can't wait for people to hear this. There was a lot of happy accidents in that production, and I was like,
Of course.
yes, yeah, let's
Yeah,
do this. Yeah,
it's very special. So I recommend that you all go out and check it out. July 6th here on Unicorns Live. You can see Cameron from Friends of Dorothy Lounge, or if you're in Victoria, BC, you can catch him there in person. So Cameron, before we go, what was your pandemic banger, your favorite song that got you through the whole last year?
um, a lot of Alec Benjamin. I feel like Matches in the Rain, very good one.
Nice. Okay.
Match in the Rain, yeah, that one was great. There's just so many. I listen to music
It's
like
true.
almost constantly.
It's a bit of an
So
unfair question,
yeah,
but I'm
if
going
I
to
was
check out
prepared, I
Matches
would
in the
have,
Rain.
known. Yeah,
Just a
I
little
would have had one
surprise.
right there. But yeah, so many songs.
Well,
So many.
Cameron, you're lovely. We're looking forward to your show, and we will see you soon.
Yeah, see you soon.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye.